Okay, so here's the second equation. It says 10b squared plus 42b plus 36 divided by 6b squared minus 2b minus 60. So the first step with this is that we're going to find, once again, common factor for both equations. So from the top we can factor out a 2 from each term. So after dividing this by 2, we're left with 5b squared plus 42 divided by 2 is 21b, and then 36 divided by 2 is 18. And then for the denominator, we're also going to factor out a 2, and then we're going to get 3b squared minus b, which is 1b, but just the minus, and then half of 60 is 30. Okay, so we just factored out a 2 from the top and a 2 from the bottom. Our next job is to pull both of these equations aside once again, and we're going to factor them. So our job is to now find two terms that equal 5 times 18, and when added they equal positive 21. So first job, you have to find out what 5 times 18 is. You can do it on the side. And equals 90. So we need to find something with a product of 90. And the sum should be equal to 21. Okay, so this is where you start listing out your factors of 90. For this case, there's lots of factors like 30 times 3, 18 times 5, 9 times 10. But the one we're going to be using is 6 times 15, because when you add them, you get positive 21. So 5b squared. So all you have to do is split your b term. So you're going to split the middle term into 6b plus 15b and plus 18. So your next step is then to factor by grouping. So in this case we're going to have to rearrange, so because 5b squared would factor better with 15 and 6 would factor better with 18, so let's put it in that order. Okay. From these two we can factor out a 5b, and we're left with b plus 3, and then for this we can factor out a positive 6, so we're also left with b plus 3. Okay. Next step is that we write our different values. We write b plus 3 and then 5b plus 6. Okay. Now this is in vertex form, it's ready to go back into the equation. But we have to deal with the denominator. So for the denominator, all we have to do is we have to multiply 2 times. Similar to the last one, we're going to factor this. First of all, because there is a coefficient before our a term, we are going to multiply. So 3 times negative 30 is negative 90, so we know that we need two factors that when you multiply they equal to negative 90, and in this case this b term doesn't have a coefficient, however the negative means that it has a negative 1, so the difference should be of negative 1. So the two factors we're going to use in this case is negative 10 and positive 9. So okay, now we factor by grouping these two. So from these two we can factor out a 3b. When this is divided by 3b, that what's left is b plus 3. And then from here we can factor out a negative 10. Also what's left from here is b plus 3. And then final step. And then 3b minus 10. next step is to plug both of these back into the original equation. So okay, so from this equation, we are supposed to cross out any like terms we have to show that we are divided. So we can see that b plus 3 is a common term, so we can cross that out, and same with 2. So now we're left with 5b plus 6 divided by 3b minus 10. This cannot further be simplified, and that's our final answer. However, there's one thing we still need to do. We need to add restrictions on what x can be, because as we know, x cannot equal to 0, or else this won't be an equivalent equation. So on the side, we're just going to do 3b minus 10 to find the opposite. We also got to account for these two. B cannot be equal to -3, which is the opposite. So yeah, that's it.